Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon by talking about something Disney related. So I guess to be more specific here is that, yeah, the tomboy girl trope kind of a thing in here, folks. And yeah, some people might want to discuss that. Could this be a positive thing or a negative reinforcement on how women can be girly and on the whole concept of womanhood. And as far as I'm concerned, this can be viewed as a positive thing because many women can express themselves in a different manner. It doesn't necessarily have to be one specific kind of way. And since there's lots of women, a lot of young women watching these movies anyway, there's different ways that you can definitely express this. Comes to being a tomboy, for the most part anyway. A tomboy is this girl or woman who basically inhabits these characteristics or behaviors that's considered typical of a boy, while not necessarily dismissing her own gender. So, common traits of this kind of behavior includes maybe wearing minor clothing and maybe going to games like playing video games for one thing that's considered a normal boy can do, or maybe even activities that are physical in nature and compare what is typical for a woman to do. And I know this can be in in many ways considered in many places to be unfeminine or maybe damaging towards boys, which isn't necessarily the case. Isn't also not damaging to women either. It's pretty controversial. It's not a popular opinion really amongst certain individuals, but I don't mind it really. You know, some of these individuals may complain, but these will be the same individuals who will be stereotyping women to begin with, saying a woman should be like this, a woman should be like that. Yeah, I actually don't mind if a woman acts like a tomboy really, because it does show variety of different characteristics to these individual characters. Like one of the common characters that keep coming to mind that immediately pops up is, of course, Tinkerbell. So she can be described as a tomboy to some degree. It's not exactly extremely feminine, but at the same time can be described as pretty girly on her own. So that's definitely a good thing there. So of course, being a tomboy does not have to be like one extreme kind of way. You can be very in tomboy is, I guess you can say. You can There's like different degrees of that you can display on the screen with these characters. It doesn't always have to be one single kind of way. Another example I guess that come to mind is the character of Merida from the film Brave. I know that's not really a popular movie in a lot of ways. Not a whole lot of people talk about it, but in a lot of ways, yes, she can be considered as a tomboy, and I do think she does break against the mode of how women should act in the film. So yes, you can say she does break away from the stereotype of what is a woman on screen. Does focus on a mother-daughter relationship, and this, of course, isn't exactly the most popular Disney princess style of storytelling. So it does go against the typical Disney princess. And at the very least, she's been rebellious as well in her own way. If anything, even the father character of Merida actually really doesn't mind if she acts like this. So there's some positive reinforcement there, I suppose. So another example is the character of Mulan herself from the original Mulan. She definitely isn't exactly the stereotypical damsel in distress in kind of a movie. Which I don't mind, as long as it goes with the story, of course. None of this is ever just shoved in your face just for its own sake. It goes along with the overall narrative of what they're trying to do here. They can be brave and be independent without being overly demanding or whatnot. They never degrade the men for doing such a thing, of course. Neither gender have to be degrading just because the women are acting such a way. So yeah, another character that comes to mind in the first Frozen film. I guess Anna could be described as somewhat of a tomboy. I guess, like I said, it doesn't have to be exactly one kind of way. I think this kind of personality is even brought up a bit more in its sequel because she definitely is more active in that one compared to the original film. So I guess to some extent she would count as this, which again I don't mind really. So it's definitely a good thing right there. You're gonna you definitely use this as a way to have some sort of adventure. Just one last character I could bring up. I know there's some more I didn't bring up, but I don't want to make this video too long. And I guess even the character from Ariel, the Little Mermaid, even though I didn't care for the movie really, but you can describe her as a tomboy in a lot of ways, which is fine, of course. And this kind of thing should be continued. Yeah, see Disney, this is what you should be doing instead of just remaking everything. Enough with the remakes. Ah, I hate remakes. I hate all of them. They're all garbage. So you're capable of creating something that's a bit different. So why can't they just continue this? This is what I like to see. This instead. Granted, it might be a pretty negative reaction to some people, as I was saying a moment ago. Because I know a lot of people would go against this due to the fact that it might not be exactly super feminine or whatever. Which is a double-edged sword because you can't say a woman should act in a specific way because that just comes off very controlling. All women can act in a bunch of many ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be one specific manner, is what I'm saying. So anyway, folks, yeah, come up with some more original ideas. Character doesn't necessarily have to be the most popular girl out there, and she doesn't necessarily have to wake up in perfect hair either. This is why I did feel like scenes like this with Anna's messy hair to be, I guess, pretty realistic on its own, because just because she's a woman doesn't mean she should have to automatically wake up with all perfect hair and like 50 pounds of makeup and whatnot. So Disney is capable of doing characters like this, so I don't understand as to why that they wouldn't do more like this. Even have a combination of the two, and this could be expressed in a story. You know, as long as everything goes along with the plot, it shouldn't matter really. You know, have a good story, be more creative. So yeah, I know this kind of became a somewhat of a rant, sort of, I guess. But anyway, folks. I'll just keep this rather short because there are other Disney videos I want to make. So, as always, thanks for watching, and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah.